as well, because otherwise Maverick's going to have to get brought along, or as so many teams have fluffed up with them, you're going to have to hope that you're particularly good with the Impact EMP grenade. It's going to be a Castle ban. Now, I love Castle. Every single time he gets picked, I say how much I love that the map. Lobin has got a wonderful view as he begins that lurk down through Garage.
Yeah, he knows what's waiting for him. Peon does see the drone in time though. Rek is going to pick up Maya to kick things off. We're shy onto Dots as well, so a great start from Scarz so far. I came in saying that the question mark was on them for me. I wanted to see what they were going to be able to do, and well, question answered. They've got themselves a triple. It's 5v2, and already Lost look like they are out on a limb for the first round.
They are being handed a loss, Tim. Oh, it's terrible. Still, for me, they're rep planting his feet just inside of Staff and Open and just finding around the top floor. Just a bit of a war for utility, a war for information rather than anything else. As for Shoy, taken down by Lobin, who was the only player to really have a good game yesterday, Tim.
Shield on window.
Yeah, going to have another Talon Shield just applied to those windows, making it very, very difficult for Scarz to move around. They may need to consider a little jump out to take the Ossa down. The problem is that with the Ossa being able to play right up onto that window, almost certainly going to see it coming. Still in a phase of trying to get information gathered here are Lost. They're certainly not in any rush to push themselves on into sight. Scarz are just holding every angle that they can here, but the thing is, every angle is being slowly eroded as Dots goes in, and it looks like he's probably going to think about getting that diffuser down.
Well, he's in. The problem is if he tries to plant here, the crouch position may expose like a leg or something, but Lobin's got him covered. Tayu taken out. Just the Yokai drone still to worry about here, which is going to frustrate things, at least for a short amount of time. But we've got to see them scramble here and make something happen. They're already running completely out of time.
It's himself through towards Janitor instead, and I tell you what, this has been a clinical top floor clearance coming in from Lost. They've forced the majority away. They are now using those vertical angles. Washoi's taken a lot of damage as well, as has Maya though. So certainly blows being rained in on both sides, but right now Scarz have pretty much been forced back to side.
I just love the streak across the ceiling that you get whenever Ram's been used as well. Just opens up so much and invites so many gunfights to happen through these horizontally aligned bars. Washoi's got the right idea. There is a player sat just above him in this spot, but I don't think he really 100% knows. And Dash wants to capitalise, sees the man, shots come on through. That's one more taken out from above. Yeah,
well played from Dash there. Washoi was unfortunate. He heard the drone being thrown out, I think it was. So he had a good idea that there was somebody directly ahead above him, but just got a little bit unlucky with his positioning. Obviously couldn't pinpoint it to that degree. Rek is going to be sat watching those marble stairs for anybody coming down, but I would imagine the majority of the push is going to be coming from the main lobby for Lost.
Onwards comes the march. Rek falling down as well. It's good round yet again from Lost, playing in steadily and slowly behind this Ossa. Monty taken away by Scarz. They don't care. They'll just bring along another shield-based operator. One goes down, Tayu. At least he's regained control of the top floor, which just presents a little bit of a threat to the attack inside here, but not if they get themselves picked off. Lobin yet again, right place, right time.
Of course, if you can get them as the attackers, it's always a powerful option to have as well.
That's why I said I was curious. Unless they've left them open to play through them, in which case that's a big mistake. Yes, he was up on the roam, up inside CEO at the very start of the round, and now he's going to slowly pull his way back down. But like I said, if they're looking to ignore the hatches and go direct to site here, those smokes will prove handy, assuming they can keep everyone alive. And sure enough, actually, Scarz have left a couple of hatches opened up here instead of just relying on that and looking to play through it. Washoy finds a second. This whole round is already just falling to pieces as Rek just domes Lobin down on the ground. Whatever they had in mind, Tim, it's not worked.
Place the talonate.
Certainly hasn't, and scrambling has not really been, I think, one of Lost's strong suits so far. You know, where things haven't quite gone their way and they've had to adapt, they've had to move on. The real strength that I've seen from them is when the plan has worked, essentially. So 2 versus 5, not going to be easy. Maya had a quiet day yesterday and looks, you know, could be in danger of the same thing today, and we know how important he is to this team. Manages to pick up one. Can he get himself a second? No, going to be shut down by Washoy on the tight angle at Beepers. 4 versus 1 now as Dots has no choice but to move up the ramp and try and find something, but those shots are going to give him away.
He's screwed it.
There's absolutely no chance. It moves around, gets caught in the dread mine, and As I say, 3 of them bottled up now. This is all on Loss to get themselves into sight, to crack the nut, essentially. The 4th is just off to the side, playing around elevators as well. So Scarz are committed now to this final 30 seconds and holding their angles. Fishlight could be the danger, to be fair. He is playing inside of the elevators on the Valkyrie, and I'm not sure whether Loss are aware of him, and that could be a big flank potential, but he's maybe not going to get the opportunity. It could come from the door of Beepers, though, depending where Loss make the push from. Dash is going to find a couple of kills. Maya, Lobin will be the ones. Cameraman as well, picking up Fishlight. It's like 4.
Again, for me, it's trying to look for that slow grind here, take out these outlier players on the side of Scarz. You've got Rek hanging around towards Stock here. You've got Washoy hanging up on Marble. You've got a couple playing on side. Pion is out towards Banana. These players are pretty isolated. Not too many of them playing very close together right now. And sure enough, they find Rek, and there is just no response from the other side. No one really able to swing and help out. Tayu's not too far away, but he was a bit too late to this party, Tim.
He was. He's just going to keep holding that angle for the time being. Might get a bit of joy, actually. It's all going to depend on the time of his swing. Absolute beauty onto Maya. Just removes his head, and that could be an important kill for Scarz. It leaves Tayo in place. Fishlike is in Janitor as well, and it just creates that line of defense that they've got against this potential rappel in.
Joy snaking his way up. Obviously, he's going to expose himself once he breaches on through, but C4 at the ready could maybe catch someone out here if they get into the right sort of position. They hear the bleepers from behind. Sure, they're going to spin here. They see him, but Washoy, he shoots first. Lobin deleted from the server. And a second as well, as Cameraman tries to work his way through. There's only 2 players left. There's again, I imagine it would be Tayo, but it's actually Pion who's hanging off and towards Banana this time. They've got an absolute clean up here, I think, by Scarz to bait out both impacts.
Yeah, the difficulty in dealing with Cameraman is going to be that they've not got any nades on side, so they're a little bit limited for moving that shield from in front of him, but Rek manages to remove Dash as he finds a kill, and that's 5 versus 4. Garage in the hands of Scarz as well, which is going to start turning Loss's head. There is absolutely no 2 ways about it.
Going for a drop elsewhere, maybe. I love how Cameraman's got so aggressive here as well, just zapping them both out, or trying to at least force them away, and now at this point with the glass being broken out, perfect. Can't really play behind that comfortably anymore. At the very least, they're going to need to strong-arm their way through. Tayo being the charging force may prove to be the answer that they need here. Everything's smoked out, no one can see a thing.
Yeah, Cameraman's playing this really well. At first I thought it was maybe a little bit passive, but just that aggression that he showed there, this was what I was concerned about. You know, the hatch is open, he's in server corner, it may make him easier to deal with, but with the rotation being opened into sight, he's been able to move his way back in, and Cameraman has done a great job of wasting more than 2 minutes.
You got Rek coming up the backside as well. He might find a kill or 2 for free down here as well. Now they know about his presence, so these other 2 players a bit restricted. You kind of got this split 2 and 2 at the minute set up for Loss coming in. Lobin and Cameraman on the clash holding off towards the east. The other 2 trying to stave off anything else. They've got an Ossa coming in on the east side. Cameraman has stepped in close. Shield goes away. He's flashed out. He's taken down. It's a great response by Scarz into a 4 versus 1, Tim. This one looks done and dusted.
Yep, somehow Scarz just managing to find the ability to crack that defense open. It was looking so good up to 40 seconds remaining, but Dots, he's going to get flashed out by the blitzer position. Nobody wants to fight.
I can't imagine it's that big a deal if they were to lose it out. It's more trying to look at what they can do with the Ying. For me, the Ying is really going to be the big orchestrator of how this is going to go. Deliberately using only 1 Candela early on to force control of Banana. Not that anyone was hanging around there, but it did force the player in elevators to drop. The rest of them, I imagine, are being saved, ready for a commitment in towards sight as we're into these last 45 seconds. And really, that commitment should come via the hatch.
Going to continue waiting for those opportunities, but Loss are pretty much locked in here. They're not going to overextend. They're not going to offer anything up for free, I don't think, and Scarz are going to have to take some action. They can't just hold on forever. Here it comes. Dash moves around on the flank, manages to pick up Pion, and that is a big problem potentially now because they have to deal with Dash, but they don't have time. Rek sees his opportunity, will manage to find Lobin, but there is still Dash out there. Candelas go in and bodies start falling, and they're all in the favour of Loss at the minute. Dots and Cameraman finding 2. Dash onto Washoy, and surely with 7 seconds left to go, this is just going to be too much to ask for Scarz. The time ticks down. 1 versus 1. Fishlike has an opportunity to put this down, but it's just going to be a case for Cameraman of coming out and mopping up.
Just hide behind the kitchen counter until the time is rushing with Tayo playing on the sledge. understandably for this site, you do want that top floor control around CEO meeting to then swing away, open up the downstairs, restrict the defenders, and move forward from there. Rek, once again, though, playing off by himself. He's caught on his crouch walk up through garage. Maya with a good read onto him.
Yeah, he's still got that top floor presence as well. Dots is inside of Janitor at the minute, and Tayu is looking in this position to maybe move forward and clear him out, but Dots ain't going to give you the opportunity. He's not going to come looking for you because he doesn't need to. He's going to stay in there for as long as possible and just keep that hatch. There's going to be a rotation probably underneath it to allow him back into sight as well, so he will need to be forced out of there. Cameraman has just been on the intel pretty much constantly through this round as well. It's, you know, absolutely, he's on the echo, but he's been sat in those elevators for the longest time. Lobin onto Washoy, looking easy for Loss in round 9.
And I think Lobin's got the right idea as well. His instant reactions. Am I being pinched? Have I got to watch towards stairs, towards stock, towards anything? And there's just no one really on the side of Scarz ready to try and capitalise off the back of that. So very much a lone agent there with Shoy in his push towards elevators.
Hello!
I mean, a drop into new one for sure. Fishlight makes it happen though.
Fishlight looking for a second as well, knows that there's somebody in behind the barricade getting the red ping. Will manage to do a bit of chip damage, but can't get the kill finalised. 20 seconds left to go. It's Dots to get things started again. The Bravo was taken out. Pion will force a man back down elevators, but this is what has been so key about this Lost defence. No matter where somebody has moved, there's been another player there ready to pick up that line of sight in that round. Get themselves in through electrical. The question is, do they go upstairs or do they go down? At the minute, Lobin sees somebody up on the rooftop, I think just waiting for an opportunity potentially to hear that drop down near double door. Also knows that somebody could be coming in via copy. Dash manages to pick up Dots. Sorry, Dash manages to pick up Rek, but not before Fishlight had got Dots. But Lobin taken down in a quick trade by Pion as well. And again, we've just got encounters coming all around the map at the minute, and that's because Lost were willing to play that sort of loose roam game, but with a 3 versus 3, Lost now need to focus on holding on to sight, but they've got a long time to hold on with a minute 50 left.
Game plan is whether it's forgotten about it entirely or to use it more dynamically when they realise where the attacks are coming from. He's just dropped it behind him so you can see this whole area, also through in towards Vault itself. They will be able to see really the lobby hatch and also elevator as well as the long corridor. So it's a good spot to put it in, but I think he was just waiting to understand where the push was coming from first.
I was just going to say, I think we're going to start seeing those Vulcan canisters popped fairly shortly, and they will burn out a majority of the rest of the round. There's one at the bottom of main stairs as well. Dash is going to pick up Pion, and this is not looking good as the drop comes in for Scarz, but Fishlight gets himself really hard tight up against that reinforcement there. Might have an opportunity to stick this, but no, cameraman's aware. Still there. A couple of flashes going, but there's nothing really there to follow it. The E1D is going to support Tayu in getting up these main stairs, and as you say, that's where the push starts coming. Fishlight manages to get Dash, and it's just kills left, right, and centre. They're all going for Scarz. They leave Lost with a few Scarz.
Now, sometimes you do see Amaro brought along just for the fun of it. It's more about the gun, but given Washoy's current position, he definitely wants to get his way up a hatch here. Tim, there's 2 of them in below, but they need information to make this work, and here we go. Candela's coming in over the top. They're going to try and make this work. Washoy's in, but he's been dealt with. They had a good read on this one. Myers put him in the dirt, and now with just 2 left. Well, sorry, down 2 bodies. They've got to find their way back in somehow. Helped ever so slightly by Rek getting rid of Maya.
Yeah, they're going to have to adapt quickly here because that was obviously the spearhead of the plan, was get the Amaru up the hatch. It was a gamble. It was, you know, throw everything on this one, and it hasn't worked because Lost have killed them all one by one. 3 versus 1 now. Rek has diffuser in hand, but they know exactly where he is. The late trade comes in, and that's going to be Lost taking the game on bank.
A deserved win overall, I think, but one of those games that you look at and probably think